This one scared me. This one scared me so much. Highly recommend. Hello everyone, it's Lauren here. Happy Halloween month. Hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to give you some movie recommendations. Just a quick video today. This list is going to be only found footage movies. I really like this style of movie. I find them much scarier than the big production movies because it doesn't rely on the tense music cues. They just feel much more real to me. This goes without saying, but this is only my opinion. I might have a very different opinion than you do for some of these movies, so I will also let you know where you can view these. First one, I talked about this in my last movie video that I made, I think it was 2 years ago. I made one of these lists, and this is GoNGM Haunted Asylum. I would like to thank this YouTube channel, Possessed by Horror, because she actually brought this movie to my attention. I'd never heard of it before. It is in Korean. You can find a dubbed version, I guess, but I would recommend watching it in Korean because dubbed is just not the way to go. I'm looking at you, Squid Game people.
Don't you ever call me that!
Just read some subtitles. It's not going to kill you. And speaking of Squid Game, you might recognize one of the actors in here. He played the cop, the detective cop. I guess he was a cop. The crew of a horror web series travels to an abandoned asylum for a live broadcast. It soon encounters much more than expected as it moves deeper into the nightmarish old building. So the basic premise is that you have this group of essentially YouTubers who are trying to make it big by having this live broadcast of their tour of this haunted asylum. What some of the members don't know, it's staged. Some of them, they went in ahead of time and sort of set up some things. In order to get genuine scares from some of the people on the team, they didn't tell them about it. But what ends up happening, as you might expect, it actually is haunted in there. Surprise! Some of the imagery in here is just terrifying. I am pretty sure this remains the scariest movie I've ever seen. It really is. Some of this imagery, it's really going to stay with you. So I highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it. One thing, if you have the attention span of a gnat, you might want to skip the first maybe half hour or so. The beginning of the movie is them introducing themselves to other members of the team. They're on the way to the asylum, and they stop and go swimming for some reason, which you don't need that scene. I think they were just trying to pad the runtime because it's only an hour and a half long. So they were probably like, we don't have enough footage here, let's go swimming. I don't know. I like to watch movies in their entirety, but if you want to just get to it, you could probably skip. It's probably a half an hour, I don't know. But anyway, that's my first pick. A movie I would not recommend is The Taking of Deborah Logan. Surprisingly, this movie has a lot of good reviews, and I'm not sure why that is. Again, my opinion, you might love this film. I mean, it has a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I cannot figure out why that is. I would watch it again to find out, but I don't want to sit through it again. I barely made it the first time. Mia records the daily lives of Deborah and her daughter, Sarah, as part of her thesis. As the days progress, strange things happen around Deborah, and it becomes apparent something has taken control of her. The premise of this movie is basically this woman, she either has Alzheimer's or dementia, I'm not sure now, and we find out that she's been possessed. But some of it just didn't work for me. That's all. It was a struggle to get through it. It really was. And this movie's only an hour and a half. I really struggled to get through this one. And the end of this movie, what am I even seeing? It had me screaming at my television. So it was definitely an interactive experience when it didn't need to be. My next recommendation, Hell House LLC. I think this is another movie where people either love it or hate it. You either think it's scary or you think it's really boring. I find it scary. 5 years after 15 people were killed during a haunted house tour, a documentary crew visits the scene to investigate what really happened. So this is the mockumentary style film. If you are afraid of clowns, you might want to stay away from this one. You might develop a fear of clowns after watching this. But I just really like this movie. I like the premise of it. You have this group who every year they put on a haunted house in different locations. The head of this group knows that this particular location is actually haunted, and he doesn't tell. The movie is basically them setting up the haunted house event, and things go wrong. Things go horribly wrong. I don't want to tell you too much, but this one has some genuine scares. The fact that this has a worse rating than Deborah Logan is just mind-boggling to me, because this, in my opinion, just works as a found footage. Like, it just makes sense, whereas the other one just didn't really, I don't know. This one definitely has some tense moments. That clown, I tell you what. And it has, like, simple scares, and I think the simple scares are what makes it work. Like, for instance, they're in the basement, and when they get there, they have these mannequins and all their heads are facing forwards, and then the next time they look, their heads are turned. I mean, it's simple things like that. If that isn't really your thing, you might want to stay away from this one. Definitely worth a watch. It's also about an hour and a half. All of these movies are an hour and a half. What's with that? The next movie I would not recommend, Butterfly Kisses. I did not like this one. I think this is sort of an underrated one as far as not quite as popular. I wanted to give you some movies that you may not have heard of before. This is my cat Mocha, in case you're new here. So this is another mockumentary style film. A filmmaker discovers a box of videotapes depicting a disturbing student film project about an urban legend known as Peeping Tom. As he sets out to prove the footage is real, he becomes obsessed, along with the film crew following him. I mean, it sounds promising, but this one, again, it just didn't work for me. I did not like it. This one, I probably would rewatch over Deborah Logan, and guess what? It's an hour and a half. I don't really know what it was missing or what it needed or why it didn't work, but it just didn't. I don't know. I got to the end and I was just like, There are a few times where they're looking at footage and they see something in the background, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, okay. But I couldn't really get into it. So I'd pass on this one. Next movie I would recommend is Host. I think this movie is shorter than an hour and a half. An hour and 5 minutes. So I think you could probably squeeze this into your day. What makes this movie really unique is that it was filmed in separate locations because it was made during the pandemic. I think that gives this a really unique atmosphere. 6 friends accidentally invite the attention of a demonic presence during their online seance and begin noticing strange occurrences in their homes. So this one, really simple visually. I mean, you're looking at a Zoom call. So you are seeing, everyone's individual cameras, and they're having this seance and things go wrong. Because it's so simple visually, it makes it so realistic. You almost feel like you're in on the Zoom call because of how it's filmed. And as someone who uses Zoom almost daily, I just really like that aspect of it. It gives it a really grounded, realistic feel to me. And the acting is also really natural. Like I said, you feel like you're listening in on this Zoom call and you're not watching a movie. This one scared me. This one scared me so much. Highly recommend. And I also love how it's kind of a snapshot in time because it was filmed during the pandemic, and that's, referenced in the film. So yeah, check out Host. That's a good one. I have one more movie that I would skip if I were you. And again, my opinion. That movie is Willow Creek. A man and his girlfriend camp in the woods to capture first-hand evidence of Bigfoot. And, that's really all you need to know. This movie just was not good. The first however long was really boring. It was just them going to this town. They're talking to the people that live there, and then they're camping out in a tent and they start to hear things, and it's just like, what are you doing? And then the end of this movie, oh my god, the end of this movie, what? This is probably my least favorite on the list, even worse than the Deborah Logan one. I mean, at least the Deborah Logan one has things happening most of the film. But this one is just like, nothing's going on for most of it. If anyone likes this movie, let me know below. Tell me what it is, because I could not get into this. And guess what? It's an hour and a half. Maybe that's just like the recommended time for a found footage movie. It has to be an hour and a half. That's the attention span that people have. Didn't like this one, but to each their own. All right, I have some honorable mentions that I'd like to throw in here. The movie Creep. I'm giving this an honorable mention and not like one that I would definitely recommend, because the only reason is because I watched it twice. The first time I really liked it. The second time it seemed kind of boring to me. So it's not really a good repeatable watch. And again, you might feel differently, just my opinion. But the first time I saw it, I really enjoyed it. I also saw the sequel. It was okay. Aaron answers an online ad and drives to a stranger's house to film him for the day. The man wants to make a movie for his unborn child, but his requests become more bizarre as the day goes along. So you have this man who's dying of cancer, and he wants to make a film for his unborn child. So he hires someone with an online ad to follow him around and film him. So the whole movie is these two guys. It's creepy, hence the name, I guess. It has some humor in it. There's some tense moments for sure, because you don't really know what's up with this guy. He's just really unpredictable, and he just makes you on edge. The casting, the lead, Mark, I don't know how to say his name. He's excellent in this film. He would be the reason to watch this movie. He does a really good job of just making you really on edge. But like I said, watching it a second time, it just didn't really have the same feel to me. But I still think it's worth a watch. All right, next honorable mention, As Above, So Below. I saw this one for the first time last year. I really like the acting in it. It's an hour and a half. Archaeologist Scarlett Marlowe has devoted her whole life to finding one of history's greatest treasures, Flamel's Philosopher's Stone. According to legend, the artifact can grant eternal life and turn any metal into gold. When she learns the stone is hidden underground in the catacombs of Paris, she assembles a crew to guide and document her historic mission. As they begin their descent, the team members have no way of knowing that they are entering their own personal hell. Again, a movie with very mixed reviews. I happen to enjoy this one. I think the acting is very good. It has a really claustrophobic atmosphere, like really claustrophobic. There's one scene in here where they're crawling through this really tight part of the catacombs, and it's just, you just feel trapped even though you're just sitting on your couch or wherever you are. It's an enjoyable film. What can I say? I mean, parts of it are kind of like, but I think for the most part, this is a really good one. I enjoyed this one. I would watch it again for sure. And I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying this, but in case this is a spoiler, go ahead like 10 seconds. There is one part, I won't tell you who it is, but there is no way he's still alive. Like, no, he died many, many minutes ago. You took too long. That's all I'm going to say about that. But aside from that, I really like this one. This is a good one. So my last found footage recommendation for you is the film Wreck. I'm talking about the original. There was a remake, but the original one, we're really representing. We got Korean, British, and this one, Spanish, shot in Barcelona. A television reporter and cameraman follow emergency workers into a dark apartment building and are quickly locked inside with something terrifying. I would like to see this one again. I've only seen it one time. Again, it has that trapped kind of feeling even though you're not underground. It's not quite as claustrophobic, but because they are locked in this apartment building because something is, there's been an outbreak, it's just that feeling of not being able to escape. It has some really great moments. The end of this movie, again, I'm kind of like, I don't know about the ending, but this one definitely worth a watch. Watch it with subtitles. You can do it. And I will say, just generally speaking, when it comes to found footage, you do have to suspend some belief sometimes, because it's like, why are you filming this? Like, this is a life or death situation. You need to get out of here. Do not worry about the camera right now. That comes up in some parts in these movies. I think some of the films tackle that a little better than others. It makes sense that they would be filming certain scenes, and then other ones it's just like, why are you filming this? Why is there a camera right now? But if you can get past that, I think I think this genre has a lot to offer. I think there's some hidden gems in here, so hopefully I've brought some of those to your attention. If you've seen any of these movies, let me know what you thought of them. If you have any found footage recommendations, let me know below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying Halloween month. Stay spooky, and I'll see you for the next one.